In this video, we're going to discuss zip codes and zones and how Service Proz handles such. Service Proz tries to allow you to preload all of your zip codes for the demographical areas that you're going to be doing jobs in. Of course, that area can change, so you can add more later or you can take away later as well. Under the admin menu, under the setup part of the admin menu, there's a zip code module. You can see there's 9 records loaded for this company. 9 zip codes loaded currently. We've got a tool up here called Zip Code Retrieval that'll allow you to go find zip codes by search by zip codes or search by city, state, and things of that nature. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to search for Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm going to click the search button. What that's going to do is that's going to bring up all Atlanta, Georgia zip codes in our database that we have. Currently there's 106. I'm going to select all. I've got 100 right here. I'm going to select all, move them over with the right arrow, and now we've moved over 100 records into our zip code file. I'll go ahead and get the next 6 by clicking the next button and then clicking the select all one more time and using my right arrow again. Now we've moved over all 106 zip codes for the Atlanta area. The next thing to do is to give those zip codes a zone. A zone groups a bunch of zip codes together in one geographical area. You may want to break a city down into the north side, to the south side, east and west, or central. Let's say Atlanta. We've got Atlanta North and Atlanta South as zones. So I'm in the zip code file. These zip codes do not have a zone tied to them. You cannot take a work order until there is a zone on a zip code. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select these 5 records. We say they're in the north side of Atlanta. And I'm going to drop down my zone button, drop down box, grab Atlanta North, and then I'm going to apply the zone. What I did there is I applied the Atlanta North zone to those 5 zip codes. Now what that did is group them together. The next step we would do here under Admin Setup in the Employee module is we would give that employee, make sure that employee can work and will work in that zone. We do that by going into the employee record and clicking the zones button. Here you can see this employee works in Gainesville and Atlanta North. I'll drop down. I could add all the zones to that employee, or I can do them one at a time as well. So I just added Atlanta South to that employee. By doing that, he's eligible for a work order in Gainesville, Atlanta North, Atlanta South. And also by utilizing the zones, you can schedule your technicians more efficiently. You don't want to send him in the north side of Atlanta, then to the south side of Atlanta, and then back to the north side of Atlanta. You can see from our scheduling board that you can drop down the zones and you can filter and say, okay, I'm going to be in the north side next Tuesday in the afternoon. You can put the work order to that time slot. Or you may be in the south side Tuesday morning. Do accordingly there. So that's a quick synopsis of how we handle zip codes and zones. The zip codes are specific to the area. Zones wrap around the zip codes, and then the technicians are tied to the zones. Thanks for taking a listen.